Today we are going to be making a super simple potato soup recipe. I will have the full recipe card listed at the end of the video. I'm going to be cutting up more ingredients than what I have listed in the recipe card just because I'm making a really big pot of soup. So as you can see here, I am dicing up all of the potatoes. You want them in 1 to 2 inch cubes. Make sure you remove all of the bad spots. And wash your potatoes before this step. I did not record myself washing the potatoes, but they are very clean. I do not peel my potatoes, but if you are against potato skin or you think potato skin is gross, you are more than welcome to peel your potatoes. I just really dislike peeling potatoes. So I'm going to get all of these chopped up and then we will move on to the next step. Once you're done chopping up all of your potatoes, put them in a pot, cover them in water, set them on the stove on medium heat, and boil until fork tender. Next, you're going to take your onions, remove that skin, and then dice up into the tiniest pieces possible. Especially if you have family members who do not like onions. You want microscopic sized pieces of onions. I try to dice these things teeny tiny so the kids can't find them or taste them. You could potentially leave them out, but I really think the potato soup needs the onion flavor in there to make it potato soup. I have a bowl of water sitting next to the onions. It's supposed to help with the burning in your eyes. Let me tell you, it did not. Putting a wet paper towel underneath the onions while you're cutting them does a much better job than the bowl of water next to them. So in case you have the same problem as me, make sure you put something wet under your onions, not just next to them. I was literally crying through this entire little portion of the video while I was chopping these onions. Now that you're done dicing your onions, you're going to melt some butter in a pan. Make sure there's enough room in this pan for your milk as well. And then once your butter's melted, you're going to go ahead and add your onions in, cooking them until they are translucent and soft. Here in just a second, you'll hear that Ace has learned how I've magically hidden onions in all of our food for his entire life. Listen closely.
Lean back. Lift your head up. When do you know if it's done?
When they start looking translucent.
If they're starting. Well, I want to be so you know it's damp.
Yeah, I make them for they're super soft so that they're like, they add some flavor, but they're not like real potent and noticeable. Does that make sense? As you can hear from his voice, he was not very excited to learn that I've been hiding onions in food for a very long time by making them translucent and really unnoticeable. Now, once your onions are soft, you're going to go ahead and add in your flour. Mix that together, stirring continuously. You do not want to burn your flour. And then once your flour is all nice and mixed in, you're going to add in your milk. I add in a little bit at a time and so that it can get combined really well, and so I don't end up with too many lumps. I know it's gonna obviously have the onions as lumps, but I don't want like flour lumps. So you're just gonna mix this up. Try not to let your milk burn either. Burnt milk is pretty gross, so just keep stirring this until everything is well combined, and then turn off the heat. Once your potatoes are fork tender, you're gonna remove your potato water. If you're following the recipe card, it'll be 2 cups of potato water. I doubled the recipe, so I removed 4 cups of potato water, and then strain the rest of your water just into the sink. You don't need the rest of it. So you're gonna go ahead and strain these. I could have just strained it over a bowl. I don't know what I was thinking here, but after you strain your potatoes though, you're gonna dump them back into your pot. Add your water back into the pot, and then put your milk and onion mixture in the pot as well. You're gonna mix everything and put your stove on medium heat. You wanna bring all of this to a boil. Once you reach a boil, you will just turn down your stove to like medium lowish. You just wanna simmer this for about 30 minutes. While it's getting to a boil, you'll go ahead and add in your sugar, all of your seasonings, and your grated cheese. You want all of that to be nice and melted together throughout the simmering process. On the recipe card, I have added estimated measurements for the seasonings that I use. I am an eyeballer whenever I'm cooking, and I measure with my heart when it comes to seasoning. So you're really just gonna have to add the seasoning and taste it. As you can see, I am not measuring at all, like through the whole thing. This is chili powder, and then I'm adding in, this is a salt and pepper mixture. I'm gonna add in some pink Himalayan salt as well, and then just whatever other seasonings I have listed on there, I add in throughout the cooking process. And I just taste it. If I feel like it needs more seasoning, I'll add more seasoning. I also have red chili flakes listed on the recipe card. I did not add these because we were taking this to a get-together where there were going to be kids, and the red chili flakes can make this pretty spicy. So we wanted it to be a mild, non-spicy potato soup. Once all of your seasonings are added, you will just let this simmer for a good 20 minutes. You can taste at the end of that 20 minutes. If you feel like you need to add any more seasonings, you can add them at the end. It's not a big deal. This is a super simple recipe, and it's really hard to mess up. Just don't over salt it, and you will be good. And that's it. Your potato soup is done. If you guys enjoyed this recipe, please be sure to hit that like and follow button. I will see you guys later for more super simple recipes.